Hey Cougars, in case you missed the big announcements, Northwest Rankin is yet again an A-rated school. This is a great accomplishment for all of us, so great job on all the hard work, Cougars. Homecoming just wrapped up this last week, and we had an exciting week from the dress-up days to the parade and to the crowning of the homecoming queen. Here's Mason with a recap of all the fun.
Homecoming week at Northwest was filled with school spirit and excitement. It all started on Monday with Cartoon Disney Day, where students showed up in their favorite character costumes, bringing a bit of magic to the hallways. On Tuesday, it was anything but a backpack day, and creativity was at an all-time high. Wednesday gave us a chance to switch things up with Teacher-Student Swap Day, with teachers and students switching roles for the day. Our annual homecoming parade was a huge success, with floats lining the streets and the community coming together to celebrate. This year's float winners were impressive, with the best elementary float going to Northwest Rankin. Best class float was awarded to the senior class of 2025. Best overall float went to Oakdale Elementary, and the People's Choice Award was claimed by the National Art Honor Society. After the parade, the crowd gathered at the stadium for the pep rally, where we introduced the 2024 homecoming court. By Thursday, we saw double with Twins Duo Day, where best friends and siblings dressed alike turned the campus into a mirror image. Finally, Friday brought it all together with Black and Gold Day. Our school colors were proudly worn as everyone geared up for the big game later that night. With school spirit at an all-time high, the Cougars defeated Brookhaven in the homecoming game, and to cap it all off, Avery Kirk was crowned the 2024 homecoming queen. This has been Mason Kirsch with the Paw. Back to you, Kate.
The college fair at Hines was a success this week. Students were able to meet with college representatives and get information about the school. Here's Cooper with the recap.
Thanks, Cade. The annual Rankin College County Fair was held at Hines Muse Center Thursday, and Northwest juniors and seniors got a look at some of the routes they could take to invest in their future. Colleges from all over the state and even across the country, along with the National Guard, were in attendance, hoping to give students a look into what they could offer for their future.
Okay, we have our college fair every year for juniors and seniors with our school district, and we work with organization Macro, and they help invite colleges to come. And we put this on just to help students be able to interact with the different colleges. Several out-of-state schools are here. It's just a good way to meet somebody face-to-face and get information and just find out where you think you might see yourself in the future.
Hi everyone, my name is Reagan. I'm with the College of Business at the University of Southern Mississippi. So what I look forward to when recruiting students is hoping to help students on their academic journey, so connecting them to our programs at Southern Miss, especially within the College of Business.
Whether you know exactly what you're going to do after graduation or you're still trying to make decisions, this opportunity is a great way to look at your options.
My name is Zion Simpson. I'm in the 12th grade. I'm undecided what college I want to go to, but I know I want to be an ultrasound tech. And the college fair is really helping me decide on what college I want to go to.
Now it's time for our sports update. The Cougars have been really busy lately with some upsets and some big wins. Here's Jaden to catch us up.
Cross country competed at the Warren Central Valhalla Invitational on September 21st. The girls did well, with Grace Henniges placing 2nd overall, followed by Hannah Hurd placing 11th overall, and Roby Watson placing 14th overall. The boys were paced by Noah Lampton coming in at 14th and Xavion Williams at 18th. Last week, at the Clinton Arrow Cross Country Invitational, Grace Henniges placed 3rd for the girls, and Christopher Shield placed 16th for the boys. The Cougars are wrapping up their regular season and will compete in Rankin County Cross Country Championships next Thursday. Volleyball wrapped up their regular season last week with a tri-match against DeSoto Central and Germantown. They have made it into the playoffs and will be hosting Harrison Central Tuesday at 6 in the first round. Be sure to come out and support. And finally, last week, football handed Brookhaven their first loss of the season at our homecoming game. Quarterback Gavin Phillips went 24 of 34 with 302 yards and 2 touchdowns. Deshaun Dillon and Noah Williams carried the load in receiving. Dillon had 11 catches for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Williams had 7 catches for 98 yards. Defensively, Brooks Wallace led in tackles with 16, 10 of which were solo, followed by Octavius Hunt, 9 tackles, 7 of which were solo. The Cougars are now 3-2 overall heading into regional play next week against Pearl. That's it for this week, Cougars. Back to you, Cade.
Fall break is next week, which means a much needed rest from school. This is the first full week for a fall break that we have ever had, and Blake investigated how big of a change this is actually going to be for everybody.
Rankin County will be embracing its new fall break next week, but the earlier start that came with it may have affected a few things. For understanding the impact of fall break, we got opinions from faculty not just from our school, but Hines as well.
I didn't like starting earlier because it seemed like, because I teach dual credit, we had to wait longer before we got going with instructional material, which was not good. High school students like to get busy whether they like it or not, and teachers like to get going with their class. So spending an extra week on orientation was not necessary. I also don't, because the fall break is new, it's a dead stop in the middle of what used to be a long instructional period. The class comes to a halt and then we have to start back over again. But because the teachers get the fall break as well, that's not as big of an issue. It gives you a chance to kind of reset and replan, and that's actually a good thing.
It doesn't affect us a whole lot because it's the same number of days. So we're still getting the same amount of days for learning. I particularly like the schedule. I think it's really going to set us up for potentially going to year-round school, which I also think is a good idea. But who's to know? We'll see.
I think fall break is a good idea, honestly, because if you go back and ask teachers and even students, everybody started getting burned out in October. Any missed work that students haven't done, and I think this is going to be in most classes, some of the teachers are going to let those students make that work up during the break, so then that'll help them just be on track and their grades will be set for the first 9 weeks. So I think it helps in that regard too. So it's going to be a good thing for everybody. That's how I see it.
Well, it seems the pros far outweigh the cons, and it won't just be students enjoying their fall break.
Cougars, we have a few upcoming fundraisers and events to tell you about. JROTC is selling World's Finest Chocolate. Satisfy your craving by finding a cadet and purchasing some chocolate for $2 each. Top Soccer for all CCR students will be on October 16th at 7:30 a.m. at Freedom Ridge Park in Ridgeland. For more information, see the email from Ms. Perryman. The PBIS food truck event will be on October 18th. All students who have not been suspended either in school or out of school, who have less than 8 absences since the beginning of school and have no outstanding fee will be allowed to attend. Be sure to bring your money for food trucks and come enjoy a fun day with your friends. And of course, the canned food drive right around the corner. The annual food fight between Northwest and Brandon begins when we come back from fall break and will run for 4 weeks, with the winner being announced at the Brandon football game on November 7th. There will be lots of opportunities to help the fight against hunger in our own backyard, so stay tuned. But it all starts with us. Whether you bring 2 cans or 200 cans, we can really make an impact in our community. That's all we have for this episode, Cougars. See you next time on The Paw.